Morning! Welcome to another week at the Irish homestead. Feels weird saying that. I'm not naturally someone that's comfortable in front of the camera or whatever, but we seem to have got a lot of people following us now, and I want to just say thanks so much to everybody for sending such amazing comments. We've been overwhelmed really with how kind most people have been. It's amazing, so thanks so much. It keeps you going on mornings like this, which although are very beautiful, it was cold last night, but the sunrise this morning was gorgeous. I caught a little bit of the cloud inversion that was happening, but yeah, it was cold, very cold and static. The kids' rooms felt damp, so it wasn't ideal this morning. They woke up and they were all saying how cold it was last night. Yesterday we went and bought a dehumidifier, which was recommended to us by many people, so we've bought one. The only problem was we didn't have enough power to run it through the night, sadly. And I know it needs to be on constantly really to make a difference, so we're going to have to try and change things there a little bit. So we have purchased, as well as a dehumidifier, a bigger battery bank, so that hopefully we can keep the power a lot longer, because at the minute it's not giving us enough power for what we need. So that's something we have purchased. We're waiting for that to arrive. And Sam is going to clad the static, I think. That is going to be the next step. But this week we've been really busy. I won't go on too much about how cold we were last night. I could moan about that, but I won't. We'll talk about what we've done this week, step by step. So we have some new arrivals. Another recommendation from everybody, and to be fair, we'd always said we were going to get them. When we were travelling, we saw so many kittens that we wished we could have brought with us, but you just can't when you're in a motorhome travelling. So yeah, we have 3 new kittens that we got. They have been living outside up until we got them. They come inside probably more than they should, have to be honest. So yeah, probably not doing things right there. Anyway, they're too cute, and when they're crying outside it's hard to say no, isn't it? But yeah, we've got 3 new kittens. Sam pulled the roof down on the barn attached to the house because it was a death trap, and we need to clean out all the stuff that's inside there. I was going to say a swear word then. Got to clear out all the rubbish that's in the bottom of that barn.
Oh god, it's wobbling. Whoa. It's like Jenga. Roofing Jenga.
Cat's coming to see what you're doing.
See how rotten that was?
Yeah.
Watch how rotten this is. Hang on. It's going. Oh, it's going.
You shouldn't be leaning on ladder like that. You need to move it.
Oh my god. Alright, this is HF.
You can see it wobbling. Look, see it slid then?
What did?
The ladder as you were getting down.
What else could slide? It's fine Sunday. God, this is...
Oh god. Well, that's that then.
Timbers.
What's that then?
Let that dust settle there. I'll get out of the way in a minute. You can see it's a bit dusty. Put it down, it's down. Can't wait to start breaking this out and getting some proper lime mortar in there. There's a fella hopefully coming up, I think he's called Jerry. He's a stonemason. Can't wait to pick his brain about stone and how to shape it and make it, and it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna look so good. Anyway, I'm going to get me a cup of tea.
We also filled in on the pond, the sluice gate, because we decided that we were probably not going to be able to fit a sluice gate anytime soon, and so Sam filled it in and just put some of the 4-inch pipe that we had left over from organising the static plumbing and put that in, so it should have got some way of flowing out if it gets too full.
So hopefully the water's going to come right up to the front there now. There it is. I don't know if the camera makes it out. Yeah, this took. Tom will know. If you're watching this, he did a special overflow here. Let's see if we can get it on the camera. There she is, somewhere there. But yeah, this had to be filled in, and then it'll out the back there, into the drainage channel, and then into the lake. So we've got a nice, all the top water from the house will come down here and nicely filter through. So if we do get some quackers, it'll be filtered and it'll be all, you know, a constant flow. So it should be nice clear pond, in with the fresh, out with that as its own filter. It's going to take a while to get clear. Our last pond did, it took a couple. Yeah, this is what we're left with at the minute. We'll work it out what we've got to do.
So that's filling up nicely, the pond. Everything is greening up nicely, and he has made a door as well for the barn, so a proper door so we can lock it and keep all our bits and bobs locked away.
There's no way I'm moving these massive steel bars because they've got so much concrete on them. It's what kept the old cows in, so I'm going to grind the steel off. It's only thin, it looks dead heavy, but it's really thin steel, and I'm going to use it for something else. So I'm not quite sure what, maybe a gate, but it'd just be a shame to waste so much steel, and seeing as I'm going to practice my welding skills, I'm going to need some steel. So let's crack on with it. It's going to be a bit noisy.
Look here, the orange man.
So, well, I'm wearing this because it's fireproof. My Uncle Mike said to me, well, I haven't got wellies on, but it's fireproof, so I'm not going to get hot metal down the top. So we did it, we messed on with a stick welder, and I don't think I've got enough power coming from a 2 kilowatt generator for this. So it was firing up, it was doing it, but it wasn't creating the blob, the weld. So I went and seen Andy, because he's learning to weld as well. And he has a MIG welder and a stick welder, and so between us he had a go as well. And I don't want to damage the generator. It did cut, so I had to press all the resets. So I
yeah, because we need that generator.
Yeah, and we did it on his MIG welder, and it's good. It's not pretty, but
let's see.
It's done the trick. Well, I'm not screwed it on yet. Well, it just snots, just big snots basically. I've welded on some brackets, you see.
Right.
So I can screw it on, but so I'm using the old cow door. It's made of solid steel. And fabricating. I think I just make what you can out of the scrap, aren't you? So yeah. Well, it's on. So, but I've got myself a bit of a thick steel. Just cut it off an old bracket, actually. I think this might be from Tom Smith's garage. But I've got a padlock, you see. It's not, but it's big, so it's won't go on there, so I'm going to weld that on there, and then hopefully when that comes down, you see, obviously that's the idea, just a bit of a bigger purchase. So we shall try once again with the stick welder, and then obviously it goes to the wall there, and I'll clad it with some of this and tin to keep the weather out. Just leave a gap at the bottom because I think this is where the cats are going to be.
Hopefully.
Living in here and keeping the mice at bay.
Where are you up to?
Well, I need to extend that, so I don't want to bother you, Andy. I can see him cleaning his car, but he said I'm just doing the car tomorrow, so just nip over. So I am going to nip over in a minute once I get all my templates sorted out for the cladding of the gate, and hopefully, yeah, we'll see. I could just do with that. I haven't got enough power apparently for my stick welder. 2000 watts just isn't really enough. It's just cutting the Jenny out, so I'm going to try it on the mains power though today, so we shall see. I'll go and ask Andy if it's alright to have a faff and plug my welder into his mains juice, so we'll see. I'll get over there now because I can't clad any more until that's done.
So this is what you're going to make as the door front?
Yeah. Once it's done.
You drilled the hole into the wall, I didn't see that last night.
Oh yeah.
So it goes in now?
It goes into the wall. Oh. And then obviously we're going to clad it all, you see, sort of front and back. Some steel. And then fix it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, just faffing with the stuff. Well, at least I got my grinder now and I can actually cuts, and I've got my 9-inch grinder to do my long ways cuts, so it's but it's going through really easy with these 1mm blades. You see them? Anyone that knows about grinding, these are amazing. They're so thin. Yeah, got my safety mask because we're quite a bit away from anywhere we can get help. You get a bit of metal in your eye here, you're going to be in pain for hours, so definitely worth putting some PPE on. I don't know if you can see this Uncle Mike. The kit's working good. Bring it in, Euan. Let's have a... It's not my finest... Well, this is my first weld. But you can see the lock, obviously. It was only there, so I had to extend it a bit so I can lock it. But I'm just putting these on now. Some steel loops on there. Into here. But, yeah. Don't you be looking at the flash. You're gonna have to, you close your eyes while I stick this weld on. It's alright. People can't see it, but Euan's got his eyes closed because of the welding flash. Well, that'll do. And then the mogs. Cats can still get in there. Got a bit of an old inner tube that I'll put around there so they don't cut themselves. Well, that will do. I'll put all my stuff away because the sun's going down. And I've got blisters on my hands. And it's been a welding and grinding day.
What else have we done this week? Oh, he's got the washing machine plumbed in for me. That is what I'm actually on my way to do right now, is to peg out my washing, because I've got a lovely day, I've got a chance of drying things. So we've got the washing machine in there with the generator, water in, and then the water out here for now, because we haven't arranged anything else yet. Doing the job. Yeah, lots going on. We're doing what we can. Sam's probably doing too much, to be honest, but you can't rest. It's impossible for him. He just can't stop himself. I keep saying, just have a day off today. No, you know, and then he sits there and he looks outside and and I know he's ticking, thinking, what can I do with myself? I think it's something that everyone probably has when they are trying to renovate their own property. You can't just sit and look at it, you're always doing. So I've just been to the neighbours, to Gabriel's. Good to go around for a brew. In my case it was a whiskey. He poured me the biggest glass of whiskey, I couldn't finish it. Bless it. Yeah. Anyway, I've just come back to find Sam faffing near the pond, and I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm just making you something nice. So yeah, let's see what this is going to be. It's a bit windy down here, so the sound quality is probably going to be cruddy.
Yes.
What are you building me?
Well, making it a bit prettier for my wife. She wants duckies and geese. Been using this big walkway as a way of getting around the land, and it's great. I'm sure it's what they did back in the day. But yeah, Rebecca's already planted some shrubbery.
Well, I pulled out, someone mentioned pulling out the ferns that were in the barn.
This.
So I did, and I've put
Oh.
there's a couple put in there, and then also we had some irises, I think they are. So we've stuck them in down there. I know they're not planted very well, but hopefully they'll cope okay.
It's going to be deep.
Yeah, it's going to be
See
deep.
where the overflow pipe is.
Yeah, so we abandoned, I think Sam mentioned.
It's going to be like this deep.
Yeah, it's going to be a deep pond.
That's
What do you think it is, about 5 foot?
there. I think that's about 3 foot already.
Yeah, I think it'll be about
It'll be
5 foot.
6 foot.
I'm going to try and stay over here because it's a bit sheltered. This side. But what are you going to do with the posts? Oh, you stood on my fern! Oh, crikey.
Like the cat. I'm standing on the cat. But no,
Well, what are you
looks
going?
pretty.
So you're just putting the posts in, and that's
Because
it?
it looks lovely. Because that doesn't have to be logic for everything now, does there? I
Okay.
think you're going to go a little bit cuckoo doing this because you're out here, semi-rural.
You mean you've gone cuckoo because you just put 3 stakes in the ground for no
What's
reason?
wrong with that? I found them.
Well, what
I
are
found
you-
them when I was clearing out where our bedroom's going to be.
Aren't you going to maybe have put them in the
These
water?
are in the ground that deep, and I thought, what am I going to do with them? I'm going to make it look pretty. So, there we go.
Well, why don't you just put them in the water?
No, I've got plans for Duck Island. Seeing as I did a bit of welding yesterday and I love it, I'm gonna make Duck Island with some metal legs. No. And I'll be in there wading probably in my underpants.
Well, what am I going to do with these stakes in the ground?
Just
I appreciate the effort.
making it look pretty.
But how is that making it? I'm confused.
You just come back in about an hour and you'll see with a cup of tea.
Right, I'm going to go to the shops. So I'll come back.
Get
Who's
some more
put the
pop.
smiley face on the wheelbarrow?
See,
I've just
these
seen
things
that.
needed to brighten the
I've
place
just
up.
seen that. Goodness sakes.
Huh?
So that's it for this week. Thanks so much again for everyone who's watched and subscribed and liked. Really appreciate it. And yeah, let's see what next week brings. Hopefully a warmer static caravan. Fingers crossed. See you later. Bye.